All right, welcome back, crime fighters. It's time for another edition of Calhoun County's Most Wanted, the program where you get to help make Calhoun County a better and safer place for all of us. I'm Chris Wright, and beside me, of course, is our sheriff for Calhoun County, Matthew Wade. Good to see you, Sheriff.
Hey, it's always good to be back on the show. I kind of missed a couple of weeks, been busy. Things are going on, fighting crime, putting people in jail, and
we're
helping
okay
people.
with you being busy and out there fighting the crime instead of being here in the TV studio occasionally.
I don't want to leave out that we do help people, so that's the favorite part of my job is actually helping folks. So it's been busy, been good. I do want to talk about to all the viewers this week. I kind of switched gears a little bit. In most law enforcement agencies in today's world have body cameras. They wear them on their thing and it records what's going on. And I think most citizens expect that every law enforcement agency has those. But at the sheriff's office, we don't. We haven't had them. It's a goal of mine since becoming sheriff to have those body cameras, and it's an expensive endeavor. It's something that it's not as simple as buying a couple of $100 devices and putting them on people. You can't
just go and get a consumer device that you'd buy at the store down the street.
No, and I've been working on it. We've really been working on it since June, and I'm really glad to say all that hard work. I really didn't know how we were going to do it. Every time somebody has a complaint or something, they always say, "Well, review the body camera," and I go, "Well, we don't have those." And they're like, "You don't have those," and it's not because we don't want them. We just couldn't afford them. But since becoming sheriff, I've been able to raise some money, make some things happen, and I'd like to announce Friday of this past week, I signed a contract with Axion Body Cameras. We're getting 50 body cameras. Every deputy will have one. It comes with a software package called evidence.com that we just sync the deputy comes in and puts it in the portal, and it syncs it. It's protected. It doesn't go anywhere. Those things go into case files. And every agency I know that has these cameras, it always helps. It helps. It helps the deputy to remain professional. They know it's running. Two, if they act unprofessional, it's proof that they did. But more times than not, it exonerates that deputy and shows that officer was doing the right thing.
You don't mean to say that somebody that an officer has responded to might misrepresent what happened in that meeting?
Sometimes that happens, but here, in all honesty, let's just be fair. There's always two sides to every story.
Right.
What I think, if me and you had a conflict, how I saw it and how you saw it would be two different ways. It doesn't mean either one of us are lying. It just means that we both saw.
Just like two witnesses always have two different stories.
Sure.
Two people, certainly, yeah. So it's just a good way to see the facts instead of opinions.
Facts instead of opinions. It's an insurance policy for us. When you know that you're being recorded, it always, you go, well, I need to make sure I'm on my A game. So it's a good thing for the citizens. It's a good thing for our deputies. I'm really glad I was able to negotiate. This is going to be a $100,000 investment, but our citizens are worth it. Our deputies are worth it. I'm just really excited that we're going to have those body cameras, and it's something that I wanted ever since I become sheriff, and I finally got to make that happen after about 8 months of negotiating, saving money, finding money, and I'm really proud of that fact that we're being able to catch up in that aspect and have those body cameras. We've had cameras in the cars, but the deputies themselves hadn't had body cameras, and they're not only getting body cameras, they're getting very good body cameras. So
Excellent.
I'm excited about that.
Great. Well, let's talk about what our viewers have done for us in the last week.
2 arrests this week. You've never let us down. It brings our total up to 4,109 people that you've put in jail because somebody was willing to get involved. And it is truly a partnership. It's just like the body cameras. It's a partnership between you and us, and we want to have that good relationship.
Speaking of partnerships and relationships, we've got a partnership with the Chamber of Commerce in Calhoun County that we're going to talk about when we come back here.
Absolutely. Good people.
Got to take a quick break. We'll come back with the first half of this week's lineup and find out what we're going to be doing with the Chamber later on this week on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
And welcome to this week's edition of Calhoun County's Most Wanted. First up on our lineup this week, Terry Amos. Mr. Amos, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted for failure to appear on theft of property third. And we'd like you to meet Terry Brodeur. Mr. Brodeur, last known to be living in Oxford, he's wanted for failure to appear on child support and non-payment of child support, the face of a deadbeat dad. And this is Tatiana Patrick. Miss Patrick, last known to be living in Anniston, she's wanted for failure to appear on giving false name to law enforcement. And take a look, if you would, at Kyle Millsaps. Mr. Millsaps, last known to be living in Cedar Bluff. He's wanted on failure to appear for theft of property. Third. And meet Jonathan Dutton. Mr. Dutton, last known to be living in Anniston. He's wanted for probation violation on theft of property. First. And last up in the first half of our lineup, Troy Dial. Mr. Dial, last known to be living in Oxford. He's wanted for failure to appear on possession of marijuana second and resisting arrest. And that's it for the first half of our lineup. Stay tuned for the second half later in the show.
All right, we'll have some more bad guys in just a few minutes, but right now, let's talk with Chriselle Smith from the Calhoun County Chamber of Commerce. Good to see you, Chriselle.
It's good to see you. Thanks for having me back.
We're very excited because this week we've got Law and Justice Day for the Leadership Calhoun County and also Youth Leadership Calhoun County.
Yes, it's a combined day. This is the one time that both programs get to interact with each other. So we have the adults and the kids coming together. We partner them up, and they'll go throughout the whole day together.
Yeah, the sheriff and I have both been through the program and served on the board, and so we're very familiar with this, but some of the viewers may not know what Leadership Calhoun County is. So just real quickly, an overview of what the program is.
Leadership Calhoun County is it's basically what it says. It's a leadership program for adults in our area or that work in our area that want to network and learn more about our county and the things that we have here. We explore different businesses, everything from small business to industry to healthcare, and we look at what our strengths are as a county and what our weaknesses are. So hopefully these class members can go back and act on that information.
Sheriff, we always have somebody from the sheriff's office that is part of the class.
We do. You know, I believe in the chamber for one. It does such good things for our economy here in Calhoun County. They're leaders. They find leaders. It's really a good program. But Leadership Calhoun County, I went through it. Totally believe in it. This year we're sending our law enforcement captain Marcus Wood. So, you know, trying to develop leaders for tomorrow and the future. Our county deserves it, so it's a good program.
And there's somebody else that's in the youth leadership
there
program.
is somebody else.
Daughter.
My daughter's in the youth leadership program, and I really wanted to go through it. It's just such a wonderful thing. They get to know how to deal with people, interact with people, and find those skills, because some people say about natural born leaders, but so many more are made. Mm-hmm. Very few leaders are natural born leaders. Even the ones we think are natural born leaders, they take an interest in trying to become a leader, and they have to have that training, that guidance. In our county and our state needs to invest in young people to find those leaders for tomorrow.
They need the opportunities to make the connections and the knowledge of the community that they want to be a leader in, right, Chriselle?
Yes, I believe it's extremely helpful. So to have the tools, and knowledge is a big part of that. I think the more you know, the better you can serve, the better you can lead, the more action you can take, because you actually know where the needs are.
And I was really surprised when I went through the program. I'd already been, broadcasting in the community for a couple of decades, and I thought I grew up here. I thought I knew everything you could know about Calhoun County. But when I went through this program, I found out a lot of things that I didn't know. So I think anybody can benefit from this, but we especially want to get in the folks that we believe are going to be in positions to make a positive impact in our community and for our community throughout the region and even the world.
Yes. A lot of companies will submit people or applicants to our program because they strongly believe that if they have an employee go through this program, that they will be a benefit to their company. So we have a lot of support from the community, a lot of people that believe in the program.
And some of the alumni are more accomplished than the sheriff and myself. I'll just say myself.
No,
the sheriff is quite accomplished, but we've had some people go through this program that really have achieved great things.
Yes, we have a lot of people that are CEOs of companies. We have a lot of people that go on to run for offices and actually be the face of a leader.
And a lot of them you don't know that they're leaders unless you spend time around them. They're not in typical leadership positions, but they are leading in whatever environment they're in. They're
Yes.
finding the ways to move it forward.
It's looking for that person that you can see something in. I'm always looking. Every employee I have, I'm always trying to look for the good in them, what their strengths are, finding somebody that you can say, let me give that person a chance to develop their skills and to grow in their career. Somebody gave me that chance, and I'm always looking to try to do that for somebody else, because we got to invest in the future.
Absolutely. So this program's been going on basically through the school year, pretty much, right?
Yes, the adult leadership program is a 10-month program, and the youth leadership program is a 9-month program, but it does follow the school year calendar. Starts in August and ends in May.
So they've already got plenty under their belt. They're getting closer towards the end of this year and getting ready to graduate. Before too long, it'll be around, and you'll be looking for a new class of folks to come in. So if anybody's interested, now's a good time to start looking at it to say, hey, can I find the time starting in this coming August to be a part of the program?
Yes, we applications actually go out in March. We start advertising and putting the applications out in March, and then those are due in May. We do an interview process in June, and we take the top 24 candidates from that process. But yeah, now's the time. We will have the dates for the whole next year up by March, and so you can look ahead and you can plan ahead. We try to make it as easy for everyone as possible, because as adults we have lives and we have things that go on, so we like to plan out and give you plenty of notice.
Our employers want to know when we're going to be available too. All right, we need to take a quick break. When we come back, I want to talk about what's going to be happening with this week's class. We're going to have Law and Justice Day, and the Sheriff's Office is going to play a big role in that.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
We will be right back in just a few moments with the second half of this week's lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
And welcome to the second half of our lineup. First up this half, Lisa Hannah. Miss Hannah, last known to be living in Anniston, she's wanted for failure to appear on attempted burglary. And this is Sheila McLaughlin. Miss McLaughlin, last known to be living in Anniston, she's wanted for failure to appear on possession of marijuana. Second. And meet Antoine James. Mr. James, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted for failure to pay on burglary. Third. And meet Kevin Hall. Mr. Hall, last known to be living in Talladega, he's wanted for failure to appear on theft of property. Second. And last up in this week's lineup, D'Angelo Russell. Mr. Russell, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted on a probation violation for possession of marijuana. First. And that's it for our lineup this week. If you know the whereabouts of these folks, and we hope you do, please give us a call at Crime Stoppers. That number, 256-238-1414.
All right, we'll have the Crime Stoppers segment of the show and our Crazy Criminal of the Week in just a few minutes. But right now we're talking with Chriselle Smith of the Calhoun County Chamber of Commerce, Leadership Calhoun County. We've been talking about what the program is. Now let's talk about what they're going to be doing here on Thursday of this week. We've got Law and Justice Day.
This is one of my favorite days of the whole entire year. Sheriff Wade has put it on each year that I have been at the chamber. It's a fun day where you get an inside look at law enforcement in our county and also our court system. And so the class gets to take a tour of the courthouse. We get to meet some of the judges and attorneys there, and they get to tell us about the different programs that we have going on. We'll also be taking a tour of the jail and just seeing the needs there.
And Sheriff, I understand once again the class will get to enjoy some jail food. Is that right?
Jail food. We've been doing this for a long time, and we used to try to give them nicer food, and everybody would still give us bad reviews. And so I said, you come to the jail, you need an authentic jail experience. They're going to eat the same things the inmates eat that day. We have like a 95 health rating. So if you go to a restaurant and it's got less than a 95, just remember the county jail has a better health rating than that. So, but when you have the chance in law enforcement, I think a lot of times we fail to bring in productive citizens, to bring them in on our side, to show them what we do, to show them how we do it so they have an understanding of it, because our job should be to partner with those people. It shouldn't be that we pull people over that are productive citizens in the society and turn them off from law enforcement. We're there for them. So that's what our goal is show them what we do, how we do it, and that we're good, genuine people, and to try to build those relationships with these business people and the citizens so in the future we can work together to make our county safer. And I know that sounds corny, but that's truly what we want to do.
The only people that understand how it works shouldn't be people that have gotten busted for selling drugs.
That's right. That's right. You know, and here's the thing: the county jail is not a nice place. You know, it's not the Marriott, but people can see it. And here's the thing: they can help us. We have needs. We need more space. These business leaders see what we have. They can help convince other people to make sure we're funded adequately and that we have the needs, not to give them a Marriott, but to be decent. You know, we're trying to do the right thing, and the right thing a lot of times is sometimes is difficult to do, but we're about doing the right thing, and we want these people to see that, and we want to partner with them.
You don't put productive citizens back out on the street by teaching them for 6 months or 2 years or however long that they're worthless, do you?
No, you don't.
All right. So what did you learn on your first time going through the Law and Justice Day?
Well, it was very eye-opening. I didn't realize that we had a lot of beneficial programs here, especially through the court systems where they try to help people. You know, you see a lot on TV or you hear a lot of negative press about, you know, people just feel like they're targeted. But it really showed that there are a lot of programs to try to give people a leg up and try to help them to be better. And then the tour of the jail was quite eye-opening. You don't realize all that the Calhoun County Sheriff and his team are responsible for, and what a massive undertaking that is there.
It's a big job. I've done a little bit of public relations work with some other agencies outside of Calhoun County, and when you start working with a police department versus a sheriff's office, and I don't mean to belittle the work of a police department, they've got a lot of work of their own, but there's a lot of things that I thought they were dealing with that they're not dealing with, because that's just the sheriff's office.
Sheriff is a unique constitutional position. You know, we have 53 deputies, but we're responsible for the courthouse, the security of that. We have 7 or 8 judges. They hold court every day. A deputy has to be in every one of those courtrooms. We have 7 school resource officers, 1 in every campus of our county schools. We have about 7 investigators who investigate the crime that's reported. So we are a busy place. I was telling somebody this morning, we answer between 2,500 and 3,000 dispatches every month. And so we're busy, you know, but being able to showcase that and people see what we do, because a lot of times people think, well, they're just cops, they just ride around, drink coffee, and eat donuts. And that's not what we do, but that's a stereotype, and educating people on what it is we truly do is, every time I get that opportunity, I jump at it. And tomorrow we'll be showing them demonstrations from everything we do. Captain Woods, it's rumored that he's going to volunteer to be tased. We'll see if he holds true with his word or not, but you know, we're not going to make him, but if he wants to do that and demonstrate that once. I've been tased, and there's no way that you're going to get me to do it. So.
All right, well, we're out of time, but Chriselle, I appreciate you being here with us to talk about this, and we're looking forward to seeing what all happens on Thursday.
Thank you.
All right. And we will be right back. The Sheriff and I will be in just a few moments. We'll have the Crime Stoppers segment of the show and our Crazy Criminal of the Week on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
And welcome to the Crime Stoppers portion of our show, where we ask you for help on these cases. First up, on January 23rd, during the early morning hours, numerous cars were broken into in the area of Eastwood Drive and Chakalaka Drive. Currency and various hunting items were taken from those vehicles. And also on January 23rd, a truck was broken into on Hazel Creek Trail in Anniston. They got away with a Taurus .22 caliber pistol. So that's it for the Crime Stoppers portion. If you have any information on these cases, please give us a call at Crime Stoppers. That number 256-238-1414.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
We don't normally feature minors on our crazy criminal of the week, but we're going to make an exception.
All right, you piqued my interest. Let's see it.
A kid, an middle school kid, decided to have a little fun, and he called in the services of a stripper. In the middle of the day, while he's at school,
Did the stripper come to school?
the performer drove to the address that she was given and then said, you know what, I'm not going in there. But
I'm just curious, how did he pay for
he
it?
used his parents' credit card.
If he hadn't got caught when the wife saw the credit card bill, you think the father said, hey, that wasn't me? Do you think you'd have been able to get away with it? I'm just saying, it wouldn't have been a good day at the house to come
No,
home.
it
I
wouldn't.
swear, honey, that wasn't me. It must have been junior year in 8th grade.
Yeah. Well, fortunately for most everybody, the performer called the office of the school and said, hey, I'm not coming in there, but just so you know, this is what happened, and this is the phone number that the call came from. This is
Busted.
the name I've got.
Busted.
So the kid, he learned at least one lesson at school that day.
He's probably a legend amongst his peers,
He probably is.
but not a good idea. I don't know how he thought he was going to pull it off, but he's probably a legend amongst his peers.
Next day he gets back to school, he probably won't be able to sit down in class. But,
His daddy's going, man, I'm glad he didn't pull this off, because there's no way my wife would have believed that wasn't me.
that could have been, even uglier.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right, well, that's about all the time that we've got for this week, mercifully. We hope that you'll check us out on Facebook, and also you can watch this show on YouTube if you want to. Just search for Calhoun County Most Wanted on YouTube, and you can find all the episodes of the show, or you can go to tv24.tv. We'll be looking for you again next week, but hopefully not in the lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.